morning to all our viewers. You're watching the morning news here on CNN News 18 and Sakshi Litoriya here to bring you all the latest developments from across the globe. It's a historic day for India and we will be bringing you every detail about the new Sansad, Sengol and the storm around it.
अरे आजादी हुई तो जो चीज पर फिर जहां पर से शुरुआत हो गया तो उसी को और विकसित कर देना चाहिए। अलग से नया बनाने का कोई मतलब नहीं, क्या पुराना इतिहास से बदल दीजिएगा।
वो बात अलग है, कुछ लोगों का संसद आने पे रोक लग गई तो कभी वो वहां पर सदन न चलाने के बहाने ढूंढते थे, आज वो बहिष्कार करते हैं तो वहीं पर अपमानित करने का काम भी करते हैं।
Today is a big day for India as the countrymen will witness the inauguration of the new parliament building in the national capital. The newly constructed parliament building will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It can comfortably seat 888 members in the Lok Sabha chamber and 300 in the Rajya Sabha chamber. Yesterday, Prime Minister Modi was presented with the scepter Sengol by the Adhinams, which will be installed near the speaker's seat in the new parliament. Delhi police have beefed up security around the new parliament building ahead of the inauguration ceremony. Meanwhile, almost 21 parties from the opposition camp will boycott the inauguration, citing disrespect to the position of India's president by not inviting her to inaugurate the building.
आदिनम के एक सेंगोल ने भारत को सैकड़ों वर्षों की गुलामी के हर प्रतीक से मुक्ति दिलाने की शुरुआत कर दी थी। जब भारत की आजादी का प्रथम पल आया, आजादी का प्रथम पल, वो क्षण आया तो ये सेंगोल ही था जिसने गुलामी से पहले वाले कालखंड और स्वतंत्र भारत के उस पहले पल को आपस में जोड़ दिया था। बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि भारत की आजादी में तमिल लोगों के योगदान को वो महत्व नहीं दिया गया जो दिया जाना चाहिए था।
I have CNN News 18's political editor Maria Shakil joining me on the broadcast. Maria, very good morning to you. Since you are there on the ground, tell us more about the preparations. Also, Maria, how is the old parliament building giving way to the new one?
Yes, that's right. It's the old giving way to the new one. And I'm remembering the famous Tryst with Destiny speech. It is India's moment. And this moment comes but rarely, as Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of independent India, had said that yes, it's a rare moment for all of us, Sakshi, you there in the studio, me on the ground, when we are witnessing this new parliament, the Parliament of India, which will be inaugurated shortly. The entire area around the parliament has been barricaded because the Prime Minister is expected to enter the new parliament from the Vijay Chowk side. So there has been massive police presence all across. The members of parliament of 25 political parties will be participating in the inauguration, and there are roughly around 20 parties which have decided to boycott this entire inauguration of the new parliament. But look at the sheer irony of it, Sakshi, that this new parliament is going to be a permanent structure for India. But politicians will come and go. There are several MPs who may not return in the 17th or the 18th Lok Sabha, but this will be the Parliament of India. And the pictures that have come out, the videos that have come out, shows that this is the Parliament of the aspirational India. A Parliament which shows that the building which was 100 years old has to be replaced by something which is more high-tech, which is more, MP-friendly, and also which will be more representative of an India on the march. That is what it is. That's what we are seeing right behind me. That is the Ashok emblem right on the top. Again, a subject of much controversy in the past. But I think all the controversies aside, the sense that you get from the pictures that have come out, the Lok Sabha in the green, the theme of the color, and the Rajya Sabha in the red, that is the theme also in the present Lok Sabha, present Rajya Sabha, that this will be taking forward the legacy in many ways, but at the same time reclaiming the idea of India, reclaiming what was missed, reclaiming that in 75 plus years of India's independence, a new nation has decided that it will be about new ideas, that it is about rooted in the history of India, the rich cultural tradition, and that is the reason why the transfer of power symbol of Sengol being firmly put behind the Speaker's chair will symbolize the ultimate power that this Parliament of India will represent. And Sakshi, the overall number of MPs who can sit or accommodated in the Parliament will increase. So that will also signify certainly the big messaging that in a country which is of 1.5 billion, you need more MPs. So the delimitation is something that could follow, which would mean that there will be more MPs who will be coming to the new Parliament of India.
Indeed, indeed. Maria, I'll request you to please hold on because I have CNN News 18's Arun Danta joining me live as well. Arun, a very good morning to you. Despite all those criticism and controversy circulating around the new Parliament building, Prime Minister Modi stands unfazed here. What do you tell us about that?
Well, that's right. Before I actually talk about these things, let me quickly give our viewers a glimpse that how the day is going to be in this new Parliament, so that they get the better idea. In fact, we are given to understand that 7:15 is the time when Prime Minister Modi will be reaching the Parliament. So we have the entire schedule of the day, and then 7:30 a.m. Is the time when the puja will start in the pandals which they have made inside the new Parliament, and the puja will last for almost 1 hour, and then the Prime Minister will actually move towards the Lok Sabha chambers, and around 9 a.m. is the time when the holy Sengol will be placed near the seat of Lok Sabha Speaker. So remember that this ceremony is going to be in two parts. So this is going to be the first part, and then Prime Minister Modi will leave at around 9:30 after placing the Sengol to near the Lok Sabha Speaker's seat, and then the second phase of it will start from 11:30. This is the time when we'll have guests arriving. The chief guest, of course, will reach at 12 noon, and then other dignitaries. The program will start with the national anthem, and then of course we'll have the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha, reading out the speeches of Vice President and the President, and of course then the concluding address will be of Prime Minister Modi. So this is going to be the day look like in this new Parliament's inauguration program. And of course, as you spoke about the controversies and all these things which happened in last couple of days, we know that close to 19 opposition parties have decided to boycott this, but government has ensured that even when these opposition parties are not participating in that, there shouldn't be any lackadaisical approach or any less arrangement or any less grandeur to mark this historic event here in the national capital. And if we talk about the details of this new Parliament building, it is also very fascinating to see. You know, it has been made in around 64,500 square meter area, and the cost behind this project is around rupees 970 crore. And remember, this has 4 stories and 3 gates, which will go by the name of Karm Dwar, Gyan Dwar and Shakti Dwar. So these are the 3 gates of this new Parliament. And then, of course, all the Adinams who have played a crucial role, in fact, by bringing Sengol in 1947. They all have arrived in the national capital. Prime Minister Modi met them yesterday, thanked them for their role which they have been playing. They will be part of this ceremony along with all other saints and Shankracharyas who will be inside the new Parliament. So it's a historic day when India is getting its new Parliament, and also importantly we are relinquishing another sign of the colonial era. We have seen in the past that the name of Rajpath was changed to Kartavya Path. That was also a big move by the Modi-led government. And then we had seen the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was placed near the India Gate. So this is another another effort done by this government to actually keep the colonial signs away and place our own only built structure and new Parliament, which will be thrown open from today. And we'll see perhaps the next monsoon session taking place in this new Parliament building of the country.
Well, Arun, thank you so much for, laying out the entire schedule for the day. I will request you to stay on with us. I have CNN News 18's Yash joining me on the broadcast as well. Yash, a very good morning to you. As Arun said that as the precursor, PM Modi received that Sengol, the scepter from Adinams yesterday. Could you tell us more about the significance of this scepter?
Well, a very good morning, Sakshi. In fact, when we talk about the significance, this actually talks about, this very Sengol talks about the transfer of power and in fact the new India and the free India. First of all, I'm coming to you from one of the checkposts, and I want to talk about the security arrangements which have been made by the Delhi police officials across national capital, and in particular here in the New Delhi district, where the inauguration will be done of the new Parliament building. In fact, early since morning, since 5:30, a heavy deployment of police has been there on the ground, and in fact in the visuals you can see the police officials are actually checking each and every vehicle which is moving towards the Lutyens zone of the national capital. In fact, ACP level officers, DCP level officers are here on ground to monitor the situation. Apart from it, on this very checkpoint, this is the Ring Road area, and in fact in front of me is the Indraprasth Park. From here, if we go on this road, this is the road which leads to the Lutyens Delhi, and in fact senior officials including the joint CP of the Southern Range was also here some time back to take stock of the situation, because right now what the police officials are ensuring is that smooth movement of traffic, and in fact they don't want any untoward situation to arise. And in fact a traffic advisory has also been given by the police officials here in the national capital, where they have stated that the entire New Delhi district will be treated as a contained zone from 5:30 till 3 p.m. So the movement will be restricted and only labelled vehicles will be allowed to move in that particular area. Here you can see there is a good deployment of police officials from Delhi police, from traffic police and other agencies as well, who are continuously monitoring the situation. Talking about the border areas have also been kept on alert, and in fact most of these areas are with heavy barricading, and in fact the top sources in the police department have also indicated to CNN News 18 that the priority of the police is to make this event a smooth one, and in fact they don't want any untoward situation to arise. For that, over 70 police officials from Delhi police have also been deployed near the Vijay Chowk area where the new Parliament is. So in fact you can see on the screens right now that or the traffic movement as of now is smooth in this particular area, and this particular road leads to Lutyens, Delhi. So the police have categorically said that, and in fact they have urged the public to restrict their movement for some time, owing to the VIP movement which will be VVIP movement which will be there here in the Lutyen zone, and in fact near the entire new parliament zone. So as of now we have been at many checkpoints which have been set up by the Delhi police. As of now the movement is more or less smooth, and in fact people are not facing any sort of issues in movement here in this very particular district. But the Delhi police has maintained that these arrangements will continue till 3 p.m. today, till that even culminates with Prime Minister speaking to the public.
Well, thanks, Yash, for telling more about the security, the beefed up security there. I'll request you to stay on. I'll have to go back to Maria. Maria, well, we have heard that there are some key features of this new parliament. It is more tech savvy, it is more advanced. Could you tell us more about these key features?
Yes, so it has been built in record time of just 3.5 years, and the total cost has been around 971 crore. The theme and the seating capacity, if we were to talk about it, remember, Sakshi, for the longest time, almost like 50 years, the overall numbers for the members of parliament was frozen. It was 546 in the Lok Sabha and roughly around 250 in the Rajya Sabha. That was done because there was no seating arrangement that was available. In the new parliament, the Lok Sabha will have an overall number of 888, which is almost like double the number which is there at present, and the Rajya Sabha will have a seating capacity of 384. And if there is a joint session, which is usually in the Lok Sabha, then those areas will be opened, which will essentially mean that the total seating capacity would be somewhere around 1272, which is clearly giving an indication that that freeze which was there on the overall cap that was there, in fact, of the number of members who could be there inside parliament could go up, in the next few months or years, depending on what the election commission decides. But yes, it is more high tech. It's more spacious. The corridors of power will be looking very similar to what we had in the old parliament. The Indian, the bird, the national bird, which is the peacock, has been chosen as the color or the theme in the Lok Sabha, and as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned, it has the color which is the India's national flower. The national bird in the Lok Sabha, the national flower in the Rajya Sabha, which is lotus, has been chosen as the running theme. So that is the color scheme of that chamber. And each and every MP will have his or her chamber. Interesting part is that because the old parliament building did not have more meeting rooms, so the standing committee meetings usually used to take place in the parliament annexi or parliament library. Those were the extensions which was done during the UPA. Now this parliament building, which is right behind me, will be able to ensure that all the standing committee meetings which can happen perhaps in one go. There are several meetings rooms, several auditoriums, but all eyes will be on whether it has a central hall at all or not. Many say that yes, it does. There is a separate lobby for the media, where the politicians and the MPs and the VVIPs, the government ministers will be coming and giving sound bites. So overall, it is more spacious, and perhaps a reflection that as India's population grows, the aspiration of a young nation grows. We are just 75 years old, 75 plus years old as an independent country. This would be that reflection of that idea, and that is the reason why when Prime Minister any moment perhaps would be entering for the mantra ucharan and the ceremony, the puja ceremony, which is going to begin any moment, Mr. JP Nadda, who is the BJP president and also a member of parliament, will be present. All the BJP ministers, leaders of various political parties will be in attendance for the mantra ucharan ceremony, which begins in any moment from now. But the sheer enthusiasm, Sakshi, as a journalist who has covered parliament for over a decade, the proceedings of parliament, you can see that shift. We can see that palpable shift from the old to the new. And as I said, this is India's tryst with destiny. It is a nation which is moving ahead, a nation which has its roadmap charted out, a nation which is saying that yes, it has its ideas in place, and that is why this magnificent Parliament of India, which certainly appears to be extremely majestic, is reflection of the new India.
Lovely, Maria. Looks like it's going to be extremely beautiful, and I'm really happy that you are there. Well, shifting focus to Arun. Arun, as you told us about the entire schedule, and you know, as Maria is also there, you are also there. Could you tell us more about who is going to be there?
Well, see, as of now, the information that we have that all the member of parliaments of Bharatiya Janata Party will be here. And of course, apart from that, 25 NDA and non-NDA parties will be participating in this program. Opposition parties close to 19 have already said that they will not be part of this parliament. Let me quickly show you a glimpse of the newly built parliament right behind me. You can see at the top that there is the national emblem, 4 lions that can be seen. And then, of course, this is a triangular building of new parliament. So it has 4 floors in this, and it's a triangular building, and the area which this parliament has occupied is around 64,500 square meters. So this is the parliament which is right behind me. And of course, today you have Prime Minister Modi's Man Ki Baat as well. So that will also be heard by all the member of parliaments of BJP inside this new parliament. And it is going to be a very, very special day for the country, because after close to 75 years of independence, we are getting this new parliament. And of course, the old parliament is almost 100 years old. Remember, it was constructed in 1927. 96 years to be precise has completed this old building. And as Maria was pointing out, in coming few years we'll see the expansion in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha as far as the MPs are concerned. So therefore it was the need of the hour to have a larger space, to have a space which is built by our own people, which is sign of self-reliant, as this government has been focusing on this. So therefore this is a very, very special occasion. And also remember, today all those workers who worked tirelessly in these 3 years, in fact in between there was a pandemic, corona time, people worked in that time as well. So those Shramjeevis will be interacting with Prime Minister Modi, and we are also told that they will be honored by Prime Minister Modi along with the Adhinams, the 21 Adhinams who are already here. So all these people will be honored by Prime Minister Modi. And also remember the 96 years old jeweler who was part of the construction of Sengol. He's also in the national capital, so he will also be honored by Prime Minister Modi. He'll also going to be part of this ceremony, which is going to begin any moment from now. So the puja and havan will take place in the...
Arun, I'm really sorry, I'll have to interrupt you there. Because we have to listen into what superstar Shah Rukh Khan had to say on the new parliament building.